Segoe is a typeface, or family of fonts, that is best known for its use by Microsoft. The company uses Segoe in its online and printed marketing materials, including recent logos for a number of products. Additionally, the Segoe Ui font subfamily is utilized by numerous Microsoft applications, and may be installed by applications. It was adopted as Microsoft's default system font beginning with Windows Vista, and is also used on Outlook.com, Microsoft's web-based email service. In August 2012, Microsoft unveiled its new corporate logo based on the Segoe font, replacing the logo it had used for the previous 25 years. The Segoe name is a registered trademark of the Microsoft Corporation, although the typeface was originally developed by Monotype. History: Segoe was designed by Steve Matson during his employment at AIG for Monotype. Licensed to Microsoft for use as a branding typeface and user interface font, it was designed to be friendly and legible. Matson created a range of weights and italics with a humanist feel. Licensing controversy. In 2004, Microsoft registered certain Segoe and Segoe Italic font as original font designs with the European Union Trademark and Design Office. The German font foundry Linotype protested, citing Segoe Ui's similarity to its licensed Frutiger family of typefaces. In its submission to the EU, Microsoft claimed that Linotype had failed to properly prove that it had been selling Frutiger and Frutiger Next prior to 2004. The EU rejected these claims, and in February 2006 the EU withdrew Microsoft's registration. Microsoft did not appeal the decision. Microsoft still holds United States design patents to various Segoe-based fonts. During the same period, in late 2004, after 6 years under the AIG Corporation, the Monotype assets were acquired by TA Associates and the company was incorporated as Monotype Imaging. Later, in August 2006, Monotype Imaging acquired Linotype. So at the end of 2006, Linotype the company that had challenged the validity of Microsoft's Segoe patents was a wholly owned subsidiary of the company Monotype that had originally licensed Segoe to Microsoft. Several letters have distinctly different forms in Segoe Ui and Frutiger, reflecting Segoe Ui's different intended use low-resolution screen display, rather than airport signage. However, Ulrich Stimmel asserts that many of these differences were introduced in later versions of Segoe Ui. Earlier versions of Segoe Ui were closer to Frutiger. In November 2005, Simon Daniels, a program manager in Microsoft's typography group, stated that the original Segoe fonts were not created for or by Microsoft. It was an existing Monotype design which we licensed and extensively extended and customized to meet the requirements of different processes, apps and devices. In April 2006, a Microsoft public relations spokesman, who asked not to be named, stated, Segoe was an original design developed by AIG for Monotype in 2000. In 2003, we acquired the original Segoe fonts and used them to develop an extended family of fonts retaining the Segoe name. Many of these new fonts received design patent protection in the United States. Segoe was not derived from Frutiger. Microsoft also has a current up-to-date license that allows us to distribute certain Frutiger fonts in connection with Microsoft products including Office and Windows. There are distinct differences between Segoe and Frutiger. Additionally, unlike clone typefaces, the Segoe family of fonts are not metrically compatible with Frutiger, so cannot be used as replacements. Under United States copyright law, the abstract letter shapes of functional text fonts cannot be copyrighted. Only the computer programming code in a font is given copyright protection. This makes the production and distribution of clone fonts possible. Segoe Ui Segoe Ui is a member of the Segoe family used in Microsoft products for user interface text, as well as for some online user assistance material, intended to improve the consistency in how users see all text across all languages. It is distinguishable from its predecessor Tahoma and the Mac OS user interface font Lucida Grand by its rounder letters. Segoe Ui was produced by Monotype Imaging. Light and seam bold versions of Segoe Ui were introduced with Windows 7. In Windows 8, Segoe Ui has undergone a number of changes and stylistic additions. A semi-light version was introduced in order to make a perfect lightweight down to 11 pixels. True italic variants were introduced for the light, semi-light, and seam-bold weights. The light and seam-bold versions have been tuned for better quality for screen reading. Typography design changes were made that closely resemble the Segoe WP font family. Notable changes have been made from Windows Vista and Windows 7, such as to the letters €OEIA and €OEQA, and the digits 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 and 8. Additional scripts and character sets are supported, such as Arabic, Armenian, Georgian, Hebrew, and Fraser alphabet. OpenType variants were included. In Windows 8.1 Segoe Ui gained black and black italic weights, but only for Latin, Greek and Cyrillic scripts. Characteristics Segoe Ui is optimized for Vista's default clear-type rendering environment, and it is significantly less legible when clear-type is disabled, except at key user interface sizes where Segoe Ui has been hinted for B-level rendering. The standard font size increased to 9 point in Windows Vista to accommodate for better layout and readability for all languages. The Windows Vista version of Segoe Ui contains complete Unicode 4.1 coverage for Latin, Greek, Cyrillic and Arabic, totaling 2843 glyphs in the regular weight. Segoe Ui has a true cursive italic, unlike the oblique used in Frutiger and Helvetica. Variations Segoe Ui Mono is a variation of Segoe Ui with monospace characters. It supports Latin, Greek, Cyrillic, Hebrew and Thai characters, and symbols, geometric shapes and drawing elements. The family includes 2 fonts in 2 weights, without italics. Segoe Ui symbol is a new font added in Windows 7 that includes new script symbols such as Braille, Deseret, or runic glyphs. It is not however a symbol charset encoded font, but rather it is a Unicode encoded font with symbols assigned to respective Unicode code points. Segoe Ui symbol also has some other miscellaneous symbols such as chess pieces, playing card and dice symbols, box drawing characters, block elements, technical symbols, mathematical operators, arrows, control pictures, and OCR-optimized glyphs. The font also includes the monospaced Segoe Ui variant, and OCR characters as OpenType accessible stylistic sets. In Windows 8, Segoe Ui symbol was extended to support Glagolitic, Gothic, Old Italic and Orton scripts. In Windows 8.1 it gained support for Meroitic cursive and Coptic script. The updated Segoe Ui symbol from Windows 8 has also been backported to Windows 7. Segoe Ui Historic is a new font added in Windows 10 to support ancient scripts. Coptic, Glagolitic, Gothic, Meroitic cursive, Old Italic, and Runic were moved from Segoe Ui symbol to Segoe Ui Historic. Additionally supported Abrami, Carian, Coptic, Cypriot, Egyptian hieroglyphs, Imperial Aramaic, inscriptional Pahlavi, inscriptional Parthian, Kharosthi, Lycian, Lydian, Old Persian, South Arabian, Old Turkic, Phoenician, Shavian, Sumero-Akkadian cuneiform, Syriac, and Ugaritic scripts. Segoe Print is a font family based on the handwriting of Monotype imaging employee Brian Allen, developed by Carl Crosstrove, James Grishaba and Carl Leetold. The family includes 2 fonts in 2 weights, without italics. It supports WGL character sets. Segoe Script is a font family designed by Carl Crosstrove based from the handwriting of Brian Allen, but includes extended strokes found in cursive handwriting. It is produced by Monotype Imaging. By using stylistic alternate OpenType feature, the unlinked letters become accessible. The family includes 2 fonts in 2 weights, without italics. It supports WGL character sets. Segoe Chess is a symbol-encoded chess font, designed by Steve Matson and Jim Ford. Segoe Media Center is a font family built for and privately installed with Windows Media Center in 2 weights, light and seam-bold. It resembles the original Segoe, but is not optimized for clear-type rendering. Segoe TV is a font family built into MSN TV set-top boxes. It retains characteristics of the original Segoe, such as sans serif capital I and straight tail in capital Q, whereas other characters have been redrawn such as the I and J. Segoe News symbol is a font containing a set of dingbats popular with newspapers, including weather, astrology, playing card suits, dice, stars, pointing hands, pencils, check boxes, and other icons. Segoe WP is the Windows Phone 7 specific version of Segoe. The Segoe WP family is distributed with Microsoft Visual Studio 2010. Currently, only released candidate beta version is available. Segoe Ui is a Zune-specific variation on Segoe. In Windows 8.1, Microsoft added unofficial color support to fonts, first implemented in the Segoe Ui emoji font. Other font families. The Latin glyphs from Segoe and Segoe Ui can also be found in the following Microsoft font families: Malgun Gothic, Microsoft Zheng Hei, Microsoft Yao Hei, Jisha, Lilodi. In Windows 7, they are also found in Ibrima, Kama Ui, Lao Ui, Microsoft New Lu, Microsoft Fakes Pa, Microsoft Tyler. In these fonts some of the glyph shapes diverge significantly from Segoe Ui in the Frutiger Myriad model and are in some ways more calligraphic. In Jisha and Lilodi the capital M is narrower and has a raised apex, the lowercase I and L have tails, and the capital I has no serifs. These characteristics are also seen in Segoe Ui Italic. Availability: the Segoe Ui font family can be obtained as part of Microsoft Office 2007, Microsoft Office 2010, Windows Vista, Windows 7 or Windows 8. Certain Segoe fonts, but not Segoe Ui, were included in Windows XP Media Center Edition 2005, replacing Tobachim's Segoe Ui is installed into Windows XP if the user installs Windows Live Messenger, or Windows Live Mail, which are available as free downloads. Microsoft Word Viewer and Microsoft PowerPoint Viewer 2007 install certain Segoe fonts, but not Segoe Ui. A semi-light version of Segoe Ui is installed into Windows 7 if the user installs Microsoft Office 2013. An early version of Segoe, possibly an evaluation version, was included with certain versions of SUSE Linux, but no longer ships as part of that operating system. The first company to distribute Segoe, under license from Monotype, was Scala, an electronic signage company. On June 7, 2005, Scala announced that Segoe was being removed from its info channel product due to licensing issues. Scala replaced Segoe with Bitstream Verif fonts. At one time, Microsoft also posted a package called Printad for Microsoft Dynamics Business Management Solutions brief description to the Microsoft Downloads Center. The package included TrueType and PostScript Type 1 beta versions of the Segoe branding fonts along with PowerPoint templates and marketing material. Segoe Print, Segoe Script are included with Windows Vista. Segoe Chess 1.00 is included with Microsoft Office 2007 and 2010. Although Segoe Print, Segoe Script and Segoe Ui can be installed on Mac OS, Microsoft does not include them with Mac Office or any other Mac product. References. External links: Microsoft Typography, Segoe Chess, Segoe Print, Segoe Script, Segoe Ui, Segoe Ui Book, Kaliat Type Gallery.